What's up, everybody? Philly Soccer Page postgame show. I'm here tonight with Greg Orlandini and Brian Rose. Union tie San Jose 1-1 after Alejandro Bedoya heads in the second half to salvage the point. What's your reaction after that?
I'm going to go with what Bedoya's had, frustrated. I mean, 2 points dropped at home. There's really no other way you could put it. It's 4 points overall dropped at home now early in the season, where you had a pretty good opportunity to get a really good start on the year and kind of accumulate some points.
Yeah. Brian?
So I'm actually going to go with what Curtin said at the end, that the guys didn't necessarily play poorly, and there's a lot of things they did well, and they just couldn't get the ball into the back of the net. And, you know, you want to say that'll come. It seems like it'll come. But the frustrating part is that it seems like we've been saying that for years now. Seasons. So that's where it gets frustrating, is that they're not necessarily doing anything horribly, but they're not putting the ball into the back of the net, even though they did create quite a few opportunities tonight.
Yeah, I think one of the exciting parts of the attack tonight was the return of Fafa Picault, who seemed lively from the onset. What did you make of his performance?
I thought you really saw what I think the coaching staff wants the offense to be, an ability to spread the team's defense, get guys wide, have guys committed to staying wide, which I think you saw with Akam and Fafa. I mean, Akam really wasn't that sharp in this game, but still he was able to use the speed, stay wide, and I think they were really, I thought, did a nice job of spreading the San Jose defense, but the end product wasn't there.
Yeah. It seemed like Boris Dushkal was a little bit more involved tonight than we've seen in the previous two games. Nice shot on goal at the end of the game that was parried away. He seemed to be on the ball a little bit more. What did you make of his performance?
Really good. And with each game, you've seen that he's more and more in between the lines that they want him to be in. He's not drifting too far outside. And if he is, it's definitely by design. A few times you even saw Fafa go inside of him, and I think that was probably intentional. But each game you're seeing him develop more and more chemistry with that front four, and I think that's going to continue to grow. So I'm pleased with his performance tonight. One
of the storylines coming into this game, and including the last game, is that the Union have been fielding what is the youngest back line in MLS history, with Matt Real coming in at left back. The goal tonight, it's a little bit against the run of play. It seems like they got outnumbered coming down the right side. What did you make of the defensive effort tonight, though?
I think overall the defense was fine. I think on the goal, you saw the Union kind of sell out a bit to really push forward, and they had a lot of numbers forward. And San Jose was able to move ahead pretty quickly on a break. And just, I mean, you got to credit San Jose. It was a very nice goal. It was a good pass and good movement. They got the defense a little bit on their back heels there. It's tough to assess on just that one goal, because I think San Jose really executed well in that situation, and it was a really good shot where Blake didn't have much of a chance on. But I think overall the defense played pretty well.
Yeah, did you agree?
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think that this back line continues to be the most exciting thing about this squad, which might be disappointing for some fans out there who are looking for some goals. But, Keegan looks to be returning to the form that we saw 2 years ago. Elliott maybe a few times struggled tonight, but he's just as solid as he was last year. Austin Trusty is developing into a leader on this squad at age 18 or 19. And, that's incredible. He's a solid player as well. And Matt Real definitely had a few mistakes tonight, but he's a 17-year-old kid. He's a 17-year-old left back who can get up and attack.
Yeah.
Not too common in MLS.
Yeah,
so that's incredibly exciting.
Yeah, and I thought he had a terrific ball into Fafa that Fafa headed straight at the goalkeeper, unfortunately. You mentioned Akam a little bit. Not his night. Couldn't seem to get the ball. Couldn't seem to be able to run at players. I thought Ilsinho came in and did a really nice job tonight. What did you make of that move, and what did you think of Akam?
I think Akam's still finding his way with this team, which is, I mean, we said about Dushkal, which made a little more sense when Dushkal came in so late. Akam came in, in time for camp, and he's still not quite sure, I think, what he wants to do with the rest of the team. It seems there's a lot of times where he gets the ball and wants to do a lot, and really he ends up drawing 2, 3, 4 defenders to him and coughs the ball up, where he maybe should make a decision a little earlier. So that could be just him, just wanting to do too much and wanting to kind of carry the team, which he did a lot in Chicago, quite honestly. I mean, he carried the team a lot in some kind of tough times for that team. But I wasn't sure about the sub when El Seno came on, but he was the spark. He came in and was able to just kind of spray the ball around and got the San Jose defense kind of thinking a lot and on their back heels. And you got to say that kind of led to the Union be able to push forward and get that goal.
I thought the second sub was a little bit curious to me because you see Real come out for Ray Gaddis, which is somewhat of a conservative move, you'd think. Real maybe mistake here and there, but it didn't seem like he had too much of an off night. What do you make of that sub?
Well, it was
negative.
I think so. It was a little confusing, right? Because you're subbing out Real. I understand he's a young kid; he's probably tired, but you're subbing out Real for Gaddis, which, like you said, is a conservative move, and then you take Borek Dochkal out for Corey Burke, which is obviously an offensively minded move. So they were going for the three at the end there, and a couple weeks ago, Jim was subbing out Real or Fabinho for Burke.
Right.
So why not do that again? Why not go gung-ho and get the 3 points at home, go with a three-man back line and press up and get those 3 points? But
yeah.
Maybe it was to take a little defensive responsibility off of Fafa at that point. I mean, I'm reaching. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought it was curious. I thought it was worth talking about.
I'm as curious as you are, but just kind of running through the logical progression of why he might have done that. That's the only thing I can really come up with.
All right, so it feels like 2 points dropped. Union back at home next Friday to host Orlando. Another chance to get 3 points at home for the second time this season. Forgot about that Revolution game. We'll be back here on Friday for that, so we'll see you then.